All right, let's take the whole process from the very beginning one more time. Let's choose a different photo. Let's go down here and choose one of these down here. Here's one. Let's go ahead and double click on this image. And right off the bat, the image looks a little too red to me. We could try to, get the eyedropper tool and try to find something that's neutral gray, but I don't know what's supposed to be gray in this photo. So instead, we're going to cheat. Let's go back. And remember, we had her hold that card at the very beginning. And it's such a great little trick because now you can basically double click and open the photo. Go ahead and get the eyedropper tool, click on the gray, and watch the temperature. It used to be 5400 minus 2. Click here, and now it's 4500 minus 8. And it's right on the money because that's a neutral 18% gray. So click done. All right. And so you saw it just updated the thumbnail. So now let's go and let's copy that setting. Let's click, go to develop settings and choose copy. So we're going to copy those settings. Now let's scroll down to the one that we want to work on, which was number 37. All right. Then we're going to control click on Mac, right click on PC, go to develop settings and hit paste. And it's going to ask us what we want to paste. Just want to paste the white balance. So click OK. Give it a second to update, and boy, you just saw it change right there, didn't you? Just double click on it now, and there it is, 4,500 minus 8. So it got that taken care of for us. So we can just open this up a little bit, get a little more light in there. No reason to really pump up the any higher or any reason to add the recovery. I think it looks okay. Fill light. Let's see if we want to light her hair a little bit better. Not really. It looks pretty good the way it is. Blacks are okay. Brightness going to help us any? Not much. Clarity, maybe just a little bit. That's about it. And nothing to do with the tone curve unless we wanted to add strong contrast. Ooh, I don't think that looks very good with her. In fact, let's look what linear looks like. Linear looks too flat, so medium was a good call. And sharpening, we're going to use a little bit of masking. Let's bring the masking amount up. And if we go to 100%, we can actually see what that masking is looking like. But at 100%, it's really hard to see what's going on, isn't it? There we go. Something in there. We'll add a little more amount. Double click the grabber hand back to 100%. And I think we're good to open the photo. I think we've kind of pretty much gone what we've gone through. Don't really need any cropping, no straightening, no removing of blemishes or anything. There's a couple little minor things here we could work on. Maybe let's just zoom in a little bit right here. Might be a little bit of blemish work we could do just right up in there. Yeah, there's a couple little tiny things. We could get rid of this, and this, and this, maybe that. Move over a little bit. Yeah, there's a couple tiny things. Pretty minor stuff. If we want to get rid of that hair, that's something you do with the rubber stamp tool. Maybe that little thing there. Something crazy in her hair. And that's all pretty good. Little tiny thing there, and that all looks good. So we're in pretty good shape there. And whoop, yeah, that got them out beautifully. So let's back off. We're in good shape. Let's go ahead and hit open image and just pop that right open. Alrighty, now I think I would get rid of that hair actually. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go up here, drag this over, and that hair's just got to go. So we're going to get the clone stamp tool over here. Let's go right beside it and just kind of get rid of that one little hair, something right in there. And that's kind of a hack job. So here's what you can do. What we're going to do is we're going to switch the mode from normal to lighten, and let's see how that does. That way it only affects the things that are lighter than where we're clicking, and that would be mostly her that hair. Let's see if we can get rid of that any better. All right. Actually, now that we've kind of broken this a little bit, the healing brush might work pretty well for this. Let's see what that does. Yeah, not bad. Little bit of healing going on. Get rid of a couple of these extra spots. All right, and that. Okay, so we kind of got rid of that. Any other little things? I think just maybe a tiny thing here, and maybe a tiny little crease right there. There we go. I'm just clicking nearby in these spaces. Kind of get rid of that stuff. Kind of doing this quickly. It needs to take a little more time than I'm taking, but you get the idea. Everything looks pretty good there. What if you wanted to bring out some more detail inside her eyes, or what if you wanted to change the color of the eyeglasses? Well, you certainly could. Let's get the quick selection tool and see what we can do with that. So it selects the glasses pretty well for us. And we can actually put them up on their own layer. Just press Command J on Mac or Control J on PC, and it'll put them up in their own layer. Let's hide the junk in the background. There we go. And kind of put them up on their own layer. So now that we have a copy up there, we can do things to it. We could go and go to Hue and Saturation. All right, and Hue and Saturation would let us maybe change the color of the glasses a little bit, or just accentuate the color that's already there, make it a little more saturated or less saturated, right? Even to black and white if we needed. Once you've got it on its own layer, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. We could also go to Levels. Let's go Image, Adjustment, Levels, and we could go in and make it brighter if we wanted. So you can make the inside of the glasses brighter. You could make the midtones darker if you didn't want to see as much eye and really wanted to focus on the sunglasses. You can just bring that down so you don't even really see the eyes at all. Or you can go in the opposite direction if you want to see a lot of the eyes. All right. Now another thing you could do is you could use that screen trick. Let's get rid of this. Or just actually switch this to screen, which brightens up the whole eyes. Let's hold the Option key on Mac, the Alt key on PC, and hide that. And then you might could go in here. Let's just try this. I haven't tried it, but let's go in here and maybe just lighten up the part of the eyes. Make sure you're painting in white or you're not going to see anything. There we go. So just her eyes come through a little bit more. Just like that. And then we can lower them a little bit. Something like that. So you just see a little bit more of the whites of her eyes in there. That all looks pretty good. Now, what if we wanted to, of course, darken this area down here? You want the focus up here. So let's go to Levels, right? Remember that trick we did earlier? Let's darken that area up. Let's make that kind of dark. Click OK, and let's see what luminosity does to that. That makes it actually a little bit too dark. So let's go back to normal, and let's press Command I to hide that whole thing back there. Grab the gradient tool, and let's drag this way. So it kind of fades away down there, and then we'll just lower the opacity so it looks a little more right. Now, there should be a blend mode, I think, that'll make that look a little bit better. All right, I don't know what that blend mode is, of course, because luminosity, I think, made it look actually worse. So how do you find, actually, now it doesn't look so bad. Let's try normal and luminosity. Normal, and then luminosity. If you're not sure which one, here's a little keyboard shortcut. Hold Shift plus until you see one that looks better for you. It's not those. That one doesn't look bad. Lighter color doesn't look so bad, but it's not quite dark enough. And let's see what we have down here. How does difference look? Now, difference mode never seems to look good for anything, but it looks okay there. How does it look compared to luminosity? I don't know. In this case, the difference mode might look all right there. Anyway, the keyboard shortcut is just Shift plus to find the one that you like. All right, lastly, let's go ahead and flatten the image, see if there's anything else we really need to do to the image. The only other thing you might do is a little skin softening. There's all kinds of different skin softening techniques, and I'll be talking about those in my portrait retouching class, so I won't put you through that here. But that's pretty much it, just except for some simple skin softening. So what we'll do is let's go ahead and do this. Let's sharpen first, and we'll put an overall, let's go use our little action to apply the unsharp mask that we did earlier. All right, so that applies a pretty punchy unsharp mask. And the reason I'm putting so much unsharp is we're going to put a little finishing technique. Duplicate the layer. Add a whole bunch of blur, like 25 pixels. So a very, very large Gaussian blur. Then you're going to lower the opacity down to like just 20%. So the whole image gets like almost like a little glow like that. There you go. It helps to soften the skin and give the whole image a little bit of a dreamy look without getting all crazy. So here's before and after. So it's very, very subtle, but it looks pretty nice. All right, so at this point, I would flatten the image. We've already done our sharpening for output, and it's time to print it. So you know what to do. Go to the print, scale to fit media. That's set up, that's set up, that's set up. Everything's pretty much the same. You hit print. This is pretty much the same. This is going to be set to color management off, print settings are set, and you just hit print.